So this is our current living room. I say current, we've literally just finished renovating our garage, so that is actually now our living room. So we're literally in the process today of just moving some of the furniture into there. But yeah, this is what it's been like in here, give or take a bit of redecorating, for the last 6 years that I've been here. But we are just around the corner from a huge renovation project that we've wanted to do for years. We've been umming and ahhing about doing it and when was the right time and just money-wise and all that. And we decided that we would finally do it and get it done before the baby arrives. Really, I just wanted to show you what it looks like in here properly before any of that process begins. What we're going to be doing through here is that door goes to our current kitchen. We're going to be knocking this whole wall down and create a big open space kitchen dining area. Basically, the kitchen will be all along this wall and in the current kitchen, so all the way along the back wall and in the kitchen as well. This wall will come down up to here, so we'll keep it from there because the other side there's a radiator that we need to keep. Chimney breast will come out, that bay window will go, and we're having it replaced with just a normal flat window. In the middle we're going to have an island where we'll have breakfast stools. I'm hoping that that radiator we will be able to move to here. So yeah, it's a big job. Obviously there's a lot of messy work to be done. So we started the project a couple of months ago, wall came down, and then lockdown came into force pretty much immediately. So we couldn't do anything, and we are massively behind, like many people have been, and that's fine, but we're at the point now where we just need to get on with it. I am now 37 weeks pregnant, so she really could come at any time now, which is not ideal in this mess, but we're just trying to be positive and get most of the messy work done out of the way, which, to be honest, the really messy stuff has been done, as in dusty work. We didn't want to bring her home from the hospital to a really dusty house, because that's not good for any of us, especially a newborn baby. But because we've got the steels in now, there won't be too much really dusty mess, and actually it's not got to the rest of the house anyway because Matt completely sealed this door up. So I'm so out of breath, honestly, sorry. But we are back up and running, just trying to get as much as we can done before she arrives. Obviously we don't know when she's going to arrive, but we've just got to do what we've got to do. Where we are at now is, obviously this is the living room that I was stood in showing you last time. If you recognise this, the chimney breast has been taken out now. That's where the shelves were in the alcoves, and we had the telly there. So obviously this wall has been knocked down like I was talking to you about. Steels are in up there, and our old kitchen has now come out, which I totally forgot to film. Gonna blame that on baby brain. Basically it was in sort of like a U shape with a breakfast bar. Yeah, the supports will come out probably this week, I guess. By the end of this week, we are hoping that plastering is going to start, which is hard to believe, I know, given the absolute state of this place. But obviously there's some more structural stuff to do. But then after that, really, it's a case of plastering, tidying up massively, and then the kitchen will be getting delivered soon. I will feel much better once the plastering is started, because it's going to start looking a lot cleaner and tidier and just safer generally. The island will be about here, somewhere around there. We're going to have all the kitchen units along this back wall. Where the two windows are currently, they are going to be taken out and replaced by, they're called panoramic doors, so they're basically sliding doors. They're not bifold, they don't fold, but literally to replace the width of those windows. So we're going to get so much more light, and I'm so excited. So the main part of the kitchen is going to be on that back wall. We'll have 2 tall units there, which will be fridge, freezer. Same again the other end. And that's going to be washing machine and tumble dryer. Then we'll have units on the top, units on the bottom obviously, worktop, and then in that space over there it's going to be really open, so that's where we're going to have our dining table. Oh, and in this corner here, so we've kept this bit of wall, we haven't taken this out because that's where our radiator goes, and we want to keep that. We are actually putting a radiator over there as well, just because we want to keep this warm for in the winter obviously. But yeah, in that corner we're actually having a sort of pantry larder, just for extra storage really. Slowly but surely it is finally happening, and honestly I'm just happy that the project is going again, and just hoping that we can get as much done as possible before she arrives. We'll see. So hopefully the next time I come on here these supports will be out, and hopefully we'll be starting to look more like a room, less like a building site. But I'm not gonna hold my breath just yet. Everything is so hard to get hold of, obviously because of lockdown, which can't be helped, so it's absolutely fine. But we're just keeping our fingers crossed really that everything goes smoothly here on out. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that window as well is being replaced, and that will match the other window, well the doors. It'll just be a single window, fixed window, not a bay window anymore, because I think the way that bay window juts out, it actually blocks a lot of light. Until next time. Update, it's still very much a building site here, but all the steels are now in, so you can see all the windows have been taken out. That's just boarded up at the moment, and the sliding doors are being fitted in a few days. So there's a new RSJ up there. All the lights are ready. Plasterboarding is all going to be done tomorrow. Sockets are in. This plasterboard is actually roughly the same size as the island's going to be, so just to give you an idea, I think it's going to be a little bit narrower, but length is about right, I think. Once the doors are in, then the plaster is coming straight in after that, painting after that, then the kitchen can be installed. Fingers crossed, once the doors are done, it should start to come along really quickly, which is good because I am now 39 weeks pregnant. So she really could come any day now. So the sooner this gets done, the better. The good news is we have actually managed to get hold of hopefully enough plaster, which may sound stupid, but turns out it is like gold dust trying to get plaster during COVID-19. That's about it for now. Next time I do an update, there may well be a little lady here. Plasterboard is all done. Tomorrow morning the windows are being fitted, so we've got one window being fitted there. And then you can finally sort of appreciate, excuse this board, but if you just imagine that's going to be our panoramic doors. Very exciting. Everything is plasterboarded pretty much. A little bit more to do, and then the plasterer can come. And we actually managed to get plaster, which was a miracle during lockdown. Yeah, so plaster will happen, then we can paint, and then a week today the kitchen is being delivered. So it's all gonna happen really quickly now, I think. I'll come on again and show you the windows and the doors tomorrow. The window is in, and so are the panoramic doors. Yesterday the plasterers came and did it all in a day, so it looks very different now. We're just waiting for it to dry out so that we can paint. And then after that it's time to get the kitchen fitted. It's getting a bit dark in here now, but I found out today that I'm 3 centimeters dilated, so I thought I'd better film this update just in case I happen to go into labour tonight and there's no update. Another day and still no baby. I am now 40 weeks and 5 days. But it's fine. In other news, Matt has just finished painting. He's done this entire room in about, I don't know, 4 hours. He bought one of the paint sprayers and it's been so much quicker. And it's a really nice finish, so yeah, it's starting to look like a actual room now. The kitchen's being delivered tomorrow, which is so exciting, and the fitters are starting to fit it right away, and they're working through the weekend, so hopefully this time next week it should all be pretty much done. Matt's gonna fit the lights today or tomorrow, and also we've got radiator to go on there. It looks so much bigger now it's been painted. We've kept it really bright and white in here because obviously the cabinets that we're getting, say obviously, I don't think I've actually shown you them yet, but they are a charcoal, like nearly black. So yeah, we just wanted to keep the rest of it bright and airy. So all the wall units are going to go on that back wall. So we've got fridge, freezer, then we're going to have, so there'll be tall boys, and then the worktop will start here and it'll go all the way to the other end where we'll have 2 other tall boys. One which will be washing machine, tumble dryer stacked on top of each other, and the other one will be for like our mop, hoover, ironing board, you name it. So we've got that whole back wall for sort of prepping and stuff, and then the island is going to be going here. So yeah, we've got, that is the feature light to go above the island. Yeah, you can kind of appreciate the windows a little bit better now. They still need some touching up, and the windowsill's got to go in. Then on this side, we're having another, they'll look like tall boys as well, but it'll be a pantry larder type thing, and in there we will have some more worktop space hidden away so that we can have appliances, small appliances in there, stuff that we don't want out, just to keep it clutter free. And then yeah, we can keep them away but they're still really accessible. It's looking pretty good. Our Howden's kitchen has been delivered and the builders, the fitters, are starting to fit it today, which is so exciting. I am now 41 weeks pregnant. So hopefully she's gonna come any day now. I will show you later. Hopefully some of the cabinetry will be starting to get together and we'll get an idea of the space in real life finally. So the kitchen is finally finished and I can finally show you the finished room. I am no longer pregnant. I gave birth to our little baby Nova 5 weeks ago now, so she's nearly 6 weeks. This is Nova. And we will see if you are happy down there while I show everyone the kitchen. Hey! So I'm going to mark this part of the video as ad, because if you've been following over on Instagram, then you'll know that the kitchen design is in partnership with Howden's. It was a total dream working with them and we are just beyond thrilled with the kitchen. I'll try and point out where bits are from and I'll try and link things below as well. The design was really important for me. I didn't want any appliances on show on the back wall. just from an aesthetic point of view, really. So all the appliances that can't be hidden behind cupboard doors are behind this island, so you can only see them from the other side, and it just helps keep this whole linear look that we've got going on here. The kitchen that we went for from Howdens is the Hockley Super Matte handleless in charcoal. So the top cupboards are all push to open. We've got some drawers as well in the island that are push to open as well, and then for the ones that aren't push to open, they are handleless like this. So I'll show you just how they work. Good girl. We've got the island, so I think this is the arabesque quartz, but it's like a marble effect, and it's really beautiful, and it just bounces the light as well in here, which is amazing with the new window and doors. You'll also have the same worktop on the back with the splashback. Just quickly, so we've got freezer, fridge, all the top units are just normal cupboards, storage, and then we've got a pull-out spice rack. These are big wide 1000mm drawers, and this one's got a hidden cutlery drawer in it. Then we've got the dishwasher in here, cupboard, under sink storage, and then in here we have our washing machine and tumble dryer, and then this is where we store our mop and hoover, etc. And then behind the island is where all the appliances are that can't be hidden away. So we've got wine cooler, we've got a warming drawer. This is Matt's choice of appliance. He insists on having warm plates before every single meal, but it's also really good for sort of melting chocolate, improving dough, and so on. Then we have our oven, and then we have a combi microwave, so we've sort of got more space to cook if we have more people here as well. So yeah, that's behind the island, and there's plenty of room here to walk through, so I think we measured it pretty well, and the whole space doesn't feel too crammed. It feels really spacious in here, which is such a good feeling when it's done, because you're never really quite sure until it's finished. So I'll just show you some of my favourite features of the kitchen. I won't go through everything because that's really boring, but it might just help you if you're looking to get a new kitchen. This is one of the spice racks, which is amazing, and it holds loads of storage. The oven that we've got, which is a Neff oven, my favourite thing about this is it has like a loading bar, so it tells you how long it's going to be until it's at temperature. And it gets to temperature really a lot quicker than our previous oven, so I really love this oven. Then in here under the hob we have the hidden cutlery drawer, so that's amazing. Uh-oh. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Baby is on my shoulder. So this is our new hob. I really like this because if you can see, there's sort of zones there, so you can either use this as a single zone or this as a single zone, or you can group them, so if you've got a bigger pan, you're not limited with the individual hob rings, if that makes sense. Also, when you turn it on, you don't have to tell it which zone you're using. It knows, it can sense the induction pans on it. And also on our previous hob, you had to keep pressing to increase the temperature or decrease the temperature, whereas this one is just a slide. You just slide your finger, so that's a really good feature. Then we've got our dishwasher here. So it's pushed to open, but then the cutlery goes on the top. It's got its own level, and this honestly frees up so much space in the dishwasher, so you can get so much more in. I'm sure you have already seen this type of dishwasher before. If not, you might have your mind blown a little bit like me. This dishwasher is really good. Again, it's a Neff one. On the floor it projects the time that is left on the cycle, so you know how long until it's done. This gorgeous tap, which is also from Howdens, so obviously I had to have some brass. Under the sink we have this drawer which is like under sink storage, but it's just making the most out of your space again. So that's really handy. Okay, if you're wondering what that sound is, I've just put her in her chair. So I can use my hands. And the last tool boys we have, this is just a really handy storage cupboard. So we've got our ironing board, mop, hoover, vacuum, whatever you want to call it, a plug socket so we can plug the iron in here as well. So that's really practical. And then in here we have our washing machine and tumble dryer. So everything is easily accessible. Oh my god. Okay, I might have to come back in a second. We went for an undermount sink. I just think it's a cleaner look. The sockets in here are a matte black finish and they are from Dowsing & Reynolds. If there's one thing you can do to sort of upgrade a room, sockets make all the difference, and they have beautiful brass ones and all sorts of other finishes. They're a real statement piece. People always comment on the sockets, so it's definitely worth looking at fancy sockets. So as I mentioned, the top cupboards and some of the drawers are push to open, so we don't have handles like this. I also want to show you this cupboard because we obviously have the RSJ from when the wall was taken down in here, and we've had the cupboard sort of built around it. So we haven't completely wasted this space, but it also looks really good because it's all been wrapped in here, and I just think that looks, to say there's a pillar in there, it looks really good. Oh, another feature I really like is this oven drawer. So this is under the oven, and you can't really appreciate how deep it is, but you get so many trays in there because it's such a deep drawer. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the plinth. So yeah, it's amazing for baking trays and such. We also, behind the island, have made total use of the space by adding plinth drawers. So, like this. So they have handle, but they just go in the plinth. So you can see we have a couple. We only had them behind the island so that down here, where it's sort of open, you don't have any breaks. We did add some feature lighting with Howdens as well. We have under counter lighting, so that's like strip lighting, which is dimmable, and you'll also see it's on the plinth, under the plinth as well. You can't really appreciate it properly in this light, but in the evenings it's really nice, and it just gives a really nice ambiance. We put loads of lights in here just so it's really bright when it is darker. Don't look out there, that's our driveway and that's next year's project. It's an absolute shambles. Oh no, I haven't shown you this side of the kitchen. So we had this made bespoke. Just to give you, again, it's sort of the tall boys. And this is for extra storage, but it's absolutely amazing. So you might notice that the worktops are not clutter-free, obviously there's stuff on there, but I didn't want all the appliances out, so the only appliances we have out are the KitchenAid and the kettle. But obviously we have loads of other small appliances that we use a lot, but we didn't want them out because it just makes everything messy, but you want them easily accessible. So we had this built, and this is where we store other appliances that we use, such as our almond cow, toaster, and then we've got the soda stream as well, that we use them all the time. And we still have our other pantry around here, and we have some other appliances in there, like a bread maker. So yeah, this is basically for storage. So we've got all our bar stuff, extra plates when we have more people around, and then like all our baking KitchenAid accessories. These drawers from Howdens are amazing, really strong, sturdy drawers. So everything is really accessible still. But yeah, so we carried on the marble theme, but this is just a laminate because obviously it seems a bit pointless having quartz in hidden away, but this is the, I believe it's the Storm Grey laminate from Howdens. And to match that and just carry on with the theme, our DIY table, which Matt and his dad made, is also the Storm Grey laminate. So obviously it comes as rectangular. Hey Missy! So obviously it didn't come oval, they cut it to oval. And then the legs are made from cupboard doors as well, so they match the kitchen perfectly. Yet to get dining chairs, obviously, so we just got some from dotted around the house at the moment. So I think that's probably it for the actual kitchen itself. We're really happy with the choice that we've gone with. So once again, this is the Hockley Super Matte handleless in charcoal, and it's also, by the way, anti-fingerprint technology on the doors, which just means it's slightly lower maintenance. We previously had white gloss, which with the dogs in particular was a bit of a nightmare. I just had to wipe them down all the time and it showed up the slightest mark. So hopefully this will be good for not only the dogs but this little one. I can't remember if I already showed you these in a previous video, but we bought the doors and the new window from the same place that we bought from for our garage conversion, which is now our living room, and that's Express Bifold. So we went for sliding doors, sort of panoramic doors like this, rather than bifold, because we didn't want to have lots of frames. We just wanted to try and enjoy the view as much as possible, and we opted to have them open from both sides. I think normally they only open from one side, but we weren't prepared to make the commitment of which side we wanted to open and which one would be fixed, so we've had them from both sides. So I'll just show you. They just slide open and they're really easy to open. So obviously with this option, you can only have half open at a time. But to be honest, we don't need any more than that anyway. The sun comes up from that side and sets behind us. So you sort of get a shadow from the house for after sort of midday, which means it never gets too hot in here. So we kind of didn't need them open all the time anyway. And even this window has made a huge difference. Again, just ignore out there. But if you remember the bay window before, it jutted out, so it blocked so much light coming in. So this has just made a huge difference. And our living room is on the front of the house, the other side. So with both black frames, they sort of match now, which is really nice. So yeah, we're really happy with them, and they've just really opened up the space and made it so much brighter in here. And we have so much natural daylight. It really does make the world of difference. One thing I will mention as well is I had a bit of a mare trying to picture how the kitchen was going to look in the end, just because I was so concerned about how the RSJs were going to look. Originally the chimney breast was here, so we had to have a support here too. So we had to have this support, because this is where the wall used to be, and then we had to have this one because of the chimney breast. But basically I decided that it would look better if we continued that, even though there's no support there, just aesthetically, for it to go all the way along. It looks so much better, and just when you look at it, it kind of just flows. So if you have to have RSJs, don't worry that they're going to totally ruin your look, because when it's all finished, it won't. In fact, I've even seen some people leave them as the black beams and they look really cool. I just didn't think it was going to work with this kitchen. I'll just run through some of the accessories in here, and also I'll try and link those things below. If there's anything else, please just leave a comment or email me or message me on Instagram, and I'll do my best to get back to you and let you know. So first of all, the lights I bought from John Lewis a couple of months ago. I managed to get them in lighting sales. I managed to get them 20% off, which was amazing because they are quite expensive, but I've wanted them for years, and I've figured this was time to treat myself, because it's just such a nice kitchen. We really wanted some nice feature lighting. I know that I will be more than happy with these staying up for years and years and years to come, so it was worth it. But I'll link them below. Our bar stools you might recognise from our previous kitchen. I think they're called from By Korea, but I'll link them as well. So we do have room for more chairs now. I just haven't managed to get any more yet. But we'll just get the same thing because I quite like that they just blend in and they're not too statement. But they're really sleek and smart, and we have them with the leather tops, so they're really practical just for wiping down. This side we have the gallery wall. They are all from West Elm. They're the brass frames and the prints come in them. I always get asked where the prints are from, but they come like this, which is really nice. As you can see there, they are actually brass frames. They're not like gold painted ones that you get sometimes that can look not so good. The bowl is also from West Elm, although the last time I looked I couldn't see it on there, but I'll have a look again, and if I can see it then I will absolutely link it. That's a very sad fruit bowl, isn't it? We need to go shopping. Then I've got some really old coasters, again from West Elm. I used to have them in the living room. We've got this candle got sent to me, very kindly gifted, because it's called Nova. Then these salt and pepper grinders I bought from the White Company. They are Le Creuset ones. The vase is from Dot Maison. It's the Kayla vase, so I'll link that. The flowers are faux flowers. My mum got them for me when Nova was born because they will last forever, and they are really, really beautiful. I'm not sure where she got them from, I can't remember, but I'll ask her and try and link them. Then over here we have KitchenAid, our Sonos One. These three are by Nicholas Vahey. They're basically just aesthetically pleasing, salt and pepper and oil. But this one I'll just keep forever and keep chopping up when it's empty. That is really old from IKEA. These two are Firm Living. That one's from Dot Maison. I can't remember where that one's from. A shop that used to be called Holly's House, but it's since shut down. But if you search for Firm Hexagon Vase Pink, it should come up. I always get asked about these. Again, they're from Dot Maison, which is my family's business, which is why I keep mentioning them, because I have so much stuff from there, because I do a lot of the buying for them. But I don't think we have any more in stock, and they're discontinued, so I'm really sorry if you can't get them. The kettle is also from Dot Maison. You might remember I had the pale blue one in the previous kitchen, but it's just a beautiful kettle. This is really old. I think it's from Sainsbury's or somewhere, but I'm talking about 10 years old. Those are from Garden Trading. Then I bought myself some fancy soap for in here. When they are empty, I'll probably just refill them with normal soap and hand cream, because Aesop is beautiful and lovely, but it's very expensive, so yeah. This is also from Dot Maison. It's fairy liquid, so you just squeeze it and it comes out, but it's just way nicer than having a bottle on top. Then I've got my Tilly and Sage spray, which I just fill with Zoflora, and that's what I use for cleaning the kitchen on a daily basis. Oh, I always get asked about the dog bed as well. It's from, well, I think it used to be called Napaldo, but I think they've recently changed the company name to Wool Dot. I nearly forgot. So the floor we chose as well is from Howdens, and this is the engineered light white oak flooring. And the reason I chose this is because it's the exact same shade as the flooring we've got in our living room, which is a different design. It's a chevron, but the colour is the exact same perfect match. So it just flows really nicely through the downstairs, and I really just love it because the planks are so long. They're about 2 meters. It's really hard to see, but you see that's one piece. So I think they just really complement the whole linear look again. So it's a really gorgeous colour. Oh, we also have this plant pot, which is from Hubsch. I think that's how you say it, but I'll try and find that and link it. And that's my changing bag. And then we have this little stool, which is also from Dot Maison. We have the same one in the bathroom upstairs, and they're great, especially if you've got kids. So my stepdaughter uses this one to like wash her hands and stuff in sink, or do cooking at the island. It just helps her reach stuff, but it's really safe and solid and isn't offensive to look at, but it's got silicone on the bottom so it doesn't move. And I also use it as well because, for example, in here, I can't reach all the way up there, but occasionally I need to, so it's good to just have a little stool in here, and it goes with the kitchen, so it can stay. Then that's our old living room chair. It's probably about it. As you can probably tell, we are over the moon with this kitchen. It's just completely transformed the space, and the way we use this space now is so different to how we used our previous kitchen. We haven't been in the living room in weeks because we just spend all our time in here. It's such a social space, and even outside of sort of cooking and eating, I spend so much time in here. Like, I'll sit at the dining table or the breakfast bar and do my work. Oh, that's a point. We put a socket in there as well, just because practically it's great to have a socket under the island for like your laptop and your phone, etc. But yeah, like I was saying, it's just amazing to have this finished, and honestly, we are absolutely over the moon with it. A huge thank you for watching. Big thank you again if you've subscribed to my channel as well. There is new content coming up on here. We've got the living room tour, which is very nearly finished because our new sofa comes next week. So hopefully that won't be too long. And also the nursery carpet is supposed to be being delivered tomorrow. So fingers crossed we can finally get that room finished and I can show you guys finally, which is really exciting. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you really soon.